requiring Congress, would you support a bill requiring Congress to illustrate the enumerated power that gives them the power for all further bills? In other words, would you support a bill that requires them to say what part of the Constitution gives them the power to pass all succeeding bills? Enumerated power that they call it.
Absolutely, I would support that. I think, we want to look at that because it is presumed now that the authority exists when bills, after they go from the point of being made a bill through various committees, that there is authority. But yes, as I think you're talking about I guess it's more than transparency. Having them identify on the record a specific authority that allows it. You may find that there are specific areas of authority which allow, perhaps in a single case, a single bill, not just one area. Okay, questions keep coming now, and I'm going for it. I haven't answered your question. Yes, sir. I'm a card-carrying NRA member. It may have expired last week, but I'm an active NRA member, and I support it. And I think I've been an NRA member for 15, 20 years. Yeah, I've not believed in anything else. Yes.
On the Second Amendment, what do you believe that means? And I know you say you're an NRA member, but as for you, what is the Second Amendment?
Well, I think the Second Amendment speaks for itself. My interpretation of what it means is that Americans, under our Constitution, have the right to bear arms, and they have the right to have those arms. I don't believe, well, this gentleman's talking about infringement. How many of you have been to Washington, D.C. recently? And I don't know what street it is, but somewhere, high on the wall somewhere, and I'm not making this up, you write down and you see this big sign, Congress shall make no law infringing on the First Amendment and freedom of the press. Okay, now you think I'm making it? I think the street is Constitution, or where that is. We need a similar principle for the Second Amendment. We need something similar.
Question.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
As a Marine, you know the first priority is security of the company. You do not let the enemy inside the wall. What would you do to protect the borders of the United States?
Oh, okay. Who was it asked for hard?
We've had all the laws passed, but nothing being done. And you've got, as you well know, you don't know what comes across the border. And it's not all drugs. That you've got all kinds of enemies of the people of the United States. What are you going to do to lock that up? You and I both know it can be done in 24 hours. For nothing goes across. But what would you do to secure the borders of the United States?
And this is probably one of those questions where I would defer to try to help me before. I really do believe in being honest and being upfront and not trying to hide words. And yes, I am a Marine. Yes, I was at Percocet, and I remember someone said, "Well, we don't think you're in the Marine Corps. Can you bring us your DD-214?" So I brought her both of them, the DD-14 for the Marine Corps and for the Navy. We have seen what Arizona has done in their own response, or their statement that the United States government has not been responsive to what's going on in that area. We have seen some of the flack we've gotten back when we try to talk about the fence, particularly the electronic fence. I would like to do what it takes to secure our borders within the framework of the Constitution, and certainly within the framework of the federal government's authority. I don't know if this is your question, but I really am not for those types of fences which have as their intent the harm or the shock or the electrocution or the maiming of people who come across the boards. I am not in favor of shooting people. I'm not in favor of, but I am in favor, as an attorney, I told you earlier, of enforcing the laws that we currently have on the books. Why have a law if we're not going to enforce it? In vain, let me take a liberty. I tell my wife, I told my wife before, until death do us part. That's the law. We're here until death do us part. And of course, we have something else. But I firmly, as an attorney, believe in the system of laws we have. If we're going to make a law, then we need to enforce it. If we're not going to enforce it, we can get rid of it. Now, the young lady in the back is saying in several terms. And that's my last question.
I agree with you that teachers do need to be paid more, but seeing as the Federal Department of Education doesn't educate any children, how would you feel about to completely defunding and eliminating them and sending the money to the classroom?
I don't think I'd better take a position different from that. I've not given that any thought, and really, I'll tell you honestly, it is really not because of the short hands, but I think you may be onto something. I think that we have seen a lot of our administrators, well, we've seen administrators more concerned about building buildings than they are about really educating. We've seen students in schools and students come out of schools that really have not done a very good job in preparing them either for college or preparing them for life. I think we need to have the type of educational reform which addresses the issue of education, pure and simple. And if that is one of the answers, after looking at that, I think I would support that. I honestly, that's the first I've heard that. So that's my off-the-cuff answer. Did I answer your question, sir?
I would like to know something more.
I know that. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
The reason I brought you that was because the first topic, you mentioned the Department of Education. I recently thought back on the Constitution, trying to figure out where that is.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I answer the question. Yes, sir.
I'm just going to say they tried to kill the Department of Education about 15 years ago. It wasn't successful. But if you can do it, it's free to go. Helps education, cuts the budget.
We are so much in the bed with bureaucracy, a rule, a program, a this, a that, and the other. We can get out of the bureaucracy and start educating students. I think that's what's most important. Thank you all.
I'm waiting. Our third district chairman is going to have a couple of minutes with us, and then I join the meeting for the first time.
Well, that's the candidate, and we worked hard to find the right candidate. And you've done some good questions, all good questions, all perfect questions. There can be a lot more questions. And Sean pointed out that we've got camera roll tonight. I'm being not only the third district chairman, but in the liaison with the party. The demographics, we know what the demographics are. We know where the weak points are, we know the strong points are. Probably the following what you get to the city hall, especially where our headquarters of the party is probably the worst demographic we have today. But I'm running for re-election. Knowing as you received an endorsement email from the governor and other folks on that email, so I'm not going to waste my time on any of that about it. Because whether I win or lose, I'm going to support him. If I quit today, being the district, I have more time to work for him. But what I'm going to ask you to do in my last 2 minutes is to support him. Because I live in Hampton, Virginia. You are blessed with stars at night and clear skies in the daytime. You are blessed with things that my children don't get to see. She works in Virginia Beach. It's a deal. I go to the rest schedule. She seems a whole lot closer, doesn't she? But the point is this is your perfect storm. You are here tonight because you're fed up. You're fed up somebody taking your wallet out for you. You're fed up being regulated. If you're in business like I've been for 28 years of my life, you're tired of more laws and less profit. The only way you're going to get out of it and change the complexion is to elect Republicans to Congress. To stop what's going on there. It is the most heinous, overrun, overreaching bureaucracy in government I have ever witnessed in my 49 years of life. And if you don't think it's real, Mr. Fitzgerald here tonight? Jimmy here? There you are. Jimmy wrote on a bill. It was really lovely, isn't it, Jimmy? They're going to take over the whole banking industry. Anything from a gift card all the way. We talked about this the last time. We're in the heat of the battle. Now they've added in another part, where if you go to your stockbroker, little guy working in a little office somewhere off the side of the road, and he sells you some stock and somebody in the corporation goes south and rips off the corporation, your broker can be sued. The far-reaching power all the way through. It's Marxism at its finest. I'll call it what it is. It is an endeavor to make the government the oppression that we left in 1776. It is an oppression I have never seen. I will not leave my children that legacy of Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and Harry Reid. Join me in a cause. You have to elect that man and show people and speak with me to Republican leaders to support him when I go on appointments, and I have to go and sit with Eric Tanner or others that are very favorable now. But speak with me, talk to them, email them, tell them to help him. Reach to the government. Support me in my goal to elect him. I am sick and tired of seeing Bobby Scott's face as my congressman. Some other senator, because Bobby Scott won't take care of his veterans. I wore John Warner out my whole time as Hampton chairman for VA in Hampton for veterans who could not get Bobby Scott to answer the phone. They protected this nation. You protected this nation. You deserve better. He is insolent. He is arrogant. And he is damn sure not a constitutional authority. Help me elect that man. Change it now. It's your chance. There are others in this district that feel like you. African Americans that I worked at a poll in East End today that want to meet that man. It's not just us. It's not about color. It's about a country, a way of life, and people are sick and tired of the way it's going. I ask you for that. I beg you for that. Thank you.
We welcome you here. We're glad that you came. Welcome the guests and our committee members. We as a committee decided to stand behind Dr. Smith, and we're going to pass the basket if we feel so to help support him. Please do.
Can we sing God Bless America?